morning, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone out there in Facebook land and to share some thoughts of mine becoming a woman of purpose. I have to say that I love these few moments that we can have together, whether now or later, where I can share things that are very important to me, but mostly important, but above all important to God. Now, this week we're going to talk about our purpose is to love God. Now, we know our love is very imperfect, and God doesn't expect perfection, but he expects us to love him in return, because he so loved the world that he gave his only son. And there's one thing I'd like to bring out, is that he has to command us to love him. He said, if you love me, you will keep my commands. And he commands us, love one another, and so on. But there are a couple of, there's a lot that is to loving God. But there are a couple of passages that I want to just bring out this morning. In Matthew 10, 37 through 39, Jesus says, anyone who loves mother or father, sister or brother more than me is not worthy of me. Does that mean we love our loved ones less? No, it means in comparison to our love for our loved ones, oh, maybe not. In comparison, our love for him is greater. It means we make choices and decisions based on what pleases God. And sometimes it may go against those we love. It may cause conflict within a family or with loved ones in a relationship, because we choose God. Doesn't mean we hate our loved ones. We love them. But because we love them, we love God, and we want to do what's best. And pleasing God is always best. And then he says in Matthew 22, 34, 38, that great verse, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. Every decision, and love my neighbor as myself. Every decision I make has to be rooted in my love for him. And in my love for him, I will do what pleases him. I will keep his commands. And the question that she asks in here, based on the truths and scriptures above, write down your thoughts. Well, that's one of my thoughts. Every decision, big or small, is rooted in my love for him. Above all, he is supreme. Self has no place in love for God, because if we love self, we can't love God. If we love ourselves, it doesn't mean we don't love ourselves, but that self that is for itself and not for anyone else. Self has got to get off the throne, and God reigns supreme in my heart, in my mind, in all my strength. Have I ever, this is a question to consider, have I ever, let's see, I want to say good morning to everyone. Caroline, everyone who is watching and will watch, good morning. I'm glad to see you. Have I ever been carried away? And I ask myself this question, have I ever been carried away to do something for God? Not because it was my duty, nor because it was useful, nor because there was anything in it at all beyond the fact that I love him. Now think about your loved ones. Are there things that you do for them not because you have to, but because you love them and you want what's best for them? Well, I have to ask myself, do I serve God out of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this? Or do I serve him out of love? Because God is love, and his universe is love, and love gives, love sacrifices, love does for its own sake. Now, in probably next week, we'll talk about 1 Corinthians 13, which talks about our love to one another. In order to love God fully, we have to know what he loves. For each of the following passages, I recorded the qualities or actions that please God. Isaiah 66, he loves a humble, contrite spirit, those that tremble at his word. In Micah, act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. And that great verse in Hebrews 11:6. Without faith, it is impossible to please him. So to love him, these are some of the things that we need to have in our lives. Faith, we live by faith, not by sight. And another, verses I love, in Hebrews 13:15-16, it says, offer the sacrifice of praise with our lips, giving thanks to his name, and give to others. That word, give, Give, that is the key word in love. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. We so love God, so we give. And we love God also through loving others. And in 1 John, he says, if I hate my brother, how can I say I love God? But that's for another week. So to love God, walk humbly, love mercy, do justly, walk by faith and not by sight. Now, it takes a lifetime to truly learn to love God. We'll never get to the way he loves us, but we can sure give it a try, give it a go every single day. Now, one of my friends, when she begins to pray, she says, God, I love you. What a way to begin a prayer, I love you right from the start. So then everything I pray, I would want to be things that he loves, he desires, he wants. It's all God. My friends, our God is everything, or at least he should be everything in our lives. Everything. Because without him, we have nothing. Without him, we are nothing. But with him, we have everything. We are so enriched. I do appreciate you guys coming out this morning to listen to my little talks. I hope you will today. Think about that. Do I do things out of pure love for God, or because I feel, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that? It makes it so much more blessed when love is at the center of everything in our lives. And love isn't an emotional feeling, although it could be that, but love to God is action. And we're going to talk about 1 Corinthians next week, because that's love in action. Thank you guys for coming. I just am so pleased that you're here, that you come every week, that you watch every week, and that you're blessed, because that is my desire, to build up the body of Christ and to faithfully proclaim his message of his faithfulness and his love. Part of fulfilling your purpose is to love Him. And that's going to show in your life. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next week.